Not necessarily. I'm just curious to see just what all the class is about, other than basically public speaking and communication.
Okay, yeah, great. Okay, so I will definitely cover that. So, just as a quick introduction, my name is Kim Ware, and we actually have a really small class. We have about 7 students. So, it's a nice, tiny little cohort, and this is a really quick class. It's only 5 weeks long. I've been teaching at Bryan for over 3 years. I've been teaching at the collegiate level for about 15 years, and I'm pretty excited to be doing Com 210. This class doesn't happen all the time. So when it does pop up, it's a fun little way for me to jump out of the box that I've been in and flex some of my other muscles, and also see you all develop in your abilities to speak and present. One of the interesting things is that when you go to college, no matter what college you go to, you have to have a communication credit. So you either take this class or another class. Some larger universities, you have more selections, but just know that you're not alone. Everyone has to take a communication class in order to get a degree. So this is going to tell you how you can get an A in this class and also what you can expect. So let me just move on to the next slide. The first thing I want to do is just show you our calendar so that you kind of see broadly laid out how this works. We have discussion questions, and you're using a textbook called Presentation Zen. So the discussion questions really hit on the textbook and help you put that part together. And then the assignments are helping you work on the skills of blending what you're learning in the textbook along with actually putting together a formal outline and presentation. What you'll see about the discussion questions is that on each of these, you're going to respond, and then you have 2 days to respond to someone else's. So by Friday, part of your grade is responding to someone else's discussion post. You need to have that done by Friday, and then the grade will post on Saturday from me or on Sunday. So hopefully that makes sense to you. We do have a small class. So if for some reason there isn't a ton of posting, which there should be because everyone's going to be on point, right? But if there isn't a lot by Friday, just reach out to me and I can give you further direction on how to go about getting those points. So you may see, you'll post it, and the thing is, I will see in the scoring tool that it's there, but I'm never going to post a grade until you have a chance to respond to someone. That's the point that I'm trying to get at. These weekly drills are auto graded, so that's not on me. You should see a grade right away. And then the assignments that you submit on Sunday, Bryan gives us 5 days to grade something, but especially in a 5-week class, that's not totally realistic. So I try to grade everything within a 3-day time frame. So you can expect to see something within 72 hours. If you don't, feel free to respond to me with a friendly reminder, or just know that I'm slammed. Sometimes due dates for different classes fall on the same day, and a lot of the com classes are writing intensive, so I'm reading a lot and trying to make sure that everyone is getting really solid feedback. So again, 72 hours, hopefully not much longer than that. And at least if you have any questions, since you're the only one here, just feel free to pop on and interrupt at any time, and otherwise I'll just keep pushing forward. So then these discussion questions, I covered this a little bit in the calendar, but just to give you a different visual, you will post your answer on Wednesday. By Friday, you should respond to 2 students, and on Saturday or Sunday, your grade will post. So again, small class. If you do not see enough people posting discussion questions, just reach out to me. I'll tell you what to do. My goal is learning, and my goal is to see you get an A. All right. Hi, Leslie. Nice to see you here. So I have only covered kind of the calendar and given a visual outlook of what it is you're doing. So I encourage you to go back maybe and listen to the first few minutes. And then if you have any questions, just ask me on the chat, or you can interrupt me, or you can wait till the end. Okay? Okay, great. Thanks. So now let's talk about how to approach the assignments, and then I'm going to talk about the assignments in more detail. So for the assignments, always keep the end in mind. So we are starting small and we're going to be repeating things so that you get better and better at this one thing before you move on to get to this end project, which is a presentation. So keep the end in mind, keep the process in mind, because practice makes perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. So keep the process in mind. And then remember, what I'm doing in the process is I'm taking you through smaller steps to get to this bigger picture, so that by the end of the 5 weeks, when you have to give your presentation, you should feel totally and 100% comfortable with the material and your abilities. So let's talk about the actual assignments. A little bit earlier, Leslie, I talked about how you have a textbook that's really focused on the art of presentation and focused on the art of developing PowerPoint slides. So you get to do all that through your discussion questions, really think through that and talk through that. And then with me and the things that we're doing for our assignment submission, we're looking at putting together a presentation. So the first assignment is just going to be, it's worksheet style, filling in the blanks. We're going to look at topic and content. What do I want to make my presentation about? If I had to put stuff in it, what would I put in it? Then for assignment number 2, we're going to say, okay, I've decided on this topic and content. Now I'm going to start working on an outline and putting all the content pieces that I figured out into outline form, so that when I speak to an audience, I'm speaking from points rather than speaking from a word for word document. Because I mean, you want to have a conversation with your audience. You don't really want to be reading your presentation the whole time. In assignment number 2, you're also going to be taking what you're learning in Presentation Zen and starting to figure out some of the images that you're going to put into your presentation and your slides. So by the end of this course, you will have a solid presentation that you're speaking alongside of a solid presentation in a PowerPoint presentation. Third assignment, we're going back over that speech outline and we're going to start thinking, okay, I have my outline and my content. I've picked out the images and the slides. Now, how is it that I'm going to deliver it? What kind of emotional response do I want to bring out? How am I going to use verbal and nonverbal communication? Then the fourth assignment is going back to that same outline. And now we're going to put the dress ups in there. We're going to add transitions. We're going to add a clincher, which is like that nice big bow that you put at the end of your presentation to say, ta-da, remember what I've said to you. And then you're going to put together that final outline. So you can see how we're really just building and layering. You're only doing one presentation over the entire 5 weeks. So you don't have to worry about pulling a ton of material together. It's just really one focus point, so that by the end of week 5, you're giving a polished presentation. Do you have any questions about that? I'm feeling like,
Yeah, is it going to be a recorded presentation? Can
Yeah.
you hear me?
yeah.
Is
so
it going to be a record or in class, something in class at the end of the 5 weeks?
Yes, it's going to be recorded. So you'll only have one audience member, and it's me. And
Okay.
and don't worry, I'm not looking for your skill level at all. I'm not looking to see how talented you are in public speaking. The bulk of this course is just helping you practice the skills that you're learning in your textbook, so that you can organize things for your future employer or for your clients, or if you have to give a small group presentation, you have practice doing a PowerPoint. So at least don't worry about being horrible at this at all. That's not what I'm looking for. I want to see your ability to apply the concepts to the actual doing, the application. Does that make you feel better at all? I hope so. Because the likelihood at this point in your career, so the likelihood of you being asked to give a presentation like this in your career at this point is probably pretty small. But always remember that if you do, no one's going to ask you to talk about something you know nothing about. They're just not. at this point in your career, you're going to have some kind of information and they're going to want it. So you'll have power, legitimate power, or expert power to be able to share something. So hopefully that makes you feel better. Okay, so how do you get this A grade? How do you do your very best? Well, you have to turn everything in. So if you're going to be late on something, just let me know. I'm super flexible. Learning is my primary goal. So if you're going to be late, that's cool. If you are past like Monday or Tuesday, you may see a 0 as a temporary placeholder, and that's a department policy, but it's totally temporary. You can still turn things in. Just do your best. Stay in your lane. Don't worry about being like this wonderful, awesome presenter who's going to go give a TED Talk. You might be there, which is awesome, but if you're not, that's okay. Just do your very best. And then continue to resubmit things for mastery. If you don't get all of your credit, resubmit. I give a ton of feedback. So you're not going to be wondering, I hope, why in the world you had 2 points deducted. I'm going to say, to improve your grade, do this, minus 2 points. If you do that and you resubmit, you'll get those 2 points back. Okay. So then again, just working with me, communicate with me, ask me questions. My response time is 24 hours. The best way to get in touch with me is through text messaging. So that's my text message number. You've all received text messages from me already, so you just have to hit reply. And of course, you can always send me a Canvas inbox message. You can send me an email through Bryan University. I do not hold regular office hours, and that's because I'm generally available. So anytime that you need something or you want to go over something, just text me and I can hop on Zoom with you, or I can text back and forth or call you and go over what it is that you need to do. So that is really kind of the end of just the course intro, what we're going to be doing here. Do you have any questions, or is there anything else from the course that you want to see or you want me to walk through with you? You're good? Okay, thanks, Leslie. Have you had a chance to open the assignments yet? So yeah, so that's fine. If you haven't, just when you open them up, it should be just like read, write, read, write. So if you have any questions at all, just let me know. I know that public speaking can be totally stressful, and that is not what I want for you. I want you to have fun and to enjoy the process. So if there's no other questions, you're free to go. Thanks for taking a few minutes with me to get the outlook for the course, and it's going to be great. We're going to have fun. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye-bye.